And so I go out to the cash machine, and I decide to have a smoke because I have it all weekend. And this girl comes up to me, and I'm like sort of huddled over trying to light it because it's windy out. And she says, "Is it okay if I buy a cigarette off you?" And she fumbles in her pocket for change, and I look up and I see her and I say,
it's okay. You can have it for free.
It took a while for me to realize and then come to terms with the fact that I was officially labeled a smoker. So for the record, my name is Michael Fong. I am a smoker, and like the rest of you, I am going to die. You know, the reason Brian Epstein made the Beatles stop swearing and smoking, get bowl cuts and put on suits is so he could sell them to the same America that thought Elvis's hips were the work of the devil. Ironically enough, Elvis later asked Nixon to ban the Beatles from America for their filthy looks and suggestive music. I don't know if that says more about what happened to the King, or what would have happened if Ringo had smoked on Ed Sullivan.
But not as much as you. I do the smoke detector. There is a girl in a tank top. She is not wearing a bra. She looks so hot on the dance floor. She does the smoke detector. She says danger to the smoke detector. She says danger, I'm the smoke detector.
The thing I've noticed since I started smoking is that I'm constantly and wonderfully preoccupied. Call it what you want. I think it's a hobby. There's all these questions to answer like, do I smoke too much? Do I really want to smoke now? When do I want to smoke next? Where's my lighter? Where's my smokes? Did I really smoke all that today? There's only 3 left? I get to have all these tiny and regular battles of will that are beautifully distracting. Every couple hours or so, I get to argue with myself about whether I really want to, whether I really need to, or whether I really deserve to have that 6-minute break. I don't really mind being out in the cold, because by the time it's over, I want to come back in and get some real work done. And if I was stuck inside, I'd just be watching the clock. You know how they say to stop and smell the roses? Well, smokes might not smell like roses, but at least you get to go outside and look around a little. And besides, I never would have seen the Asian girl on the date at the Starbucks completely oblivious to her latte mustache. People start smoking for the cigarettes, but once they stop getting the head rush, they keep smoking for all the other shit.
"You know, I used to think it was cool to smoke and chew gum or smoke and eat. But then one day, a friend of mine said, 'Dude, that's hardcore.' And I said, 'Why?' And he said, 'Well, don't you know? That's how Van Halen lost his tongue.' And I said, 'Oh shit. I hate Van Halen. So now I just think it's cool to smoke while I cook and smoke after I'm finished eating.'"
An old friend of mine found out I smoked and said something really obnoxious about how I should know better. I told him not to worry because there were only 2 possibilities. Either I do know better and I stop, or I don't know better and I deserve to die early for being so fucking stupid. That's every smoke I've smoked in 2 weeks. There's 124 of them, which is 5 big packs, 6 1/4 small packs, or 8.6 smokes per day. Each one represents a tiny and precious moment in my life where I felt a profound emotion and decided to act upon it with an appropriately themed cigarette. You see, each smoke is unique and each smoke understands you. It's like having a little 6-minute soulmate. A smoke will give you a pat on the back or a high five, or it'll rub your tummy when you're not feeling good. It's like they know.
Now I'm a fellow with a heart of gold and the ways of a gentleman. I've been told the kind of a guy that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met that guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the 1st degree. Now not 'cause I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they'll harm your health. I've smoked all my life and ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same. At a petting party or a poker game, everything must stop while they smoke that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Puff, puff, puff. In a game of chance the other night, old Dame Fortune was doing me right. The kings and queens just kept on coming round. I played 'em hard and I played 'em high, but my bluff didn't work on a certain guy. He kept on raising and laying that money down. He'd raise me and I'd raise him. I sweated blood, got a sink or swim. He finally called and didn't raise the bet. I said, ace is full, pal, how about you? He said, I'll tell you in a minute or two. Right now I've got to have a cigarette.
He's got to smoke, smoke, smoke. Puff, puff, puff.
The other night I had a date with the cutest little gal in 48 states, a hybrid uptown fancy little dame. She said she loved me and it seemed to me that things were about like they ought to be. So hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a cake of ice. Our smooching party was going nice. So help me, Hannah, I think I'd been there yet.
I'd have been there yet.
But I give her a kiss and a little squeeze, and she said, Phil, excuse me, please, but I've got to have another cigarette.
Another cigarette.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death.
Smoke, smoke, smoke.
Oh, St. Peter, I sure hate to keep you holding that gate open, but I just got to have another drag over this cigarette. This pretty thing. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
You see what's going on here? Not only does the best looking girl in the lower 48 love to hack a dart, but the best poker player in the room, who calls every bluff and makes everybody wait on him, is going to get up to heaven, make St. Peter wait while he smokes, and then still get in? I know who I want to be.